Hey guys, Games for Life here, and in today's video we're gonna take a look at the Verdant update in Astroneer. This update brings a lot of new stuff that we're gonna discuss in just a second, but most importantly we've got a tapper, we've got new types of plants, we've got new cosmetics, we've got a couple concept art teasers that we'll probably get in the summer update, and we know even more information about the update that's gonna come later this year. So we're gonna talk about all of that in this video, but let's first start with the new cosmetics. We've got the Bumble bundle right here, and this one looks really cool, so if you've got 1100 qubits, you can buy this bundle and it's all yours. I just wanted to show this to you guys, so let's move on to the next thing. So on the Astroneer blog we were shown the new tapper, and we're gonna craft it in just a second. We can use it on any type of existing plants, but we've also got 5 new tappable plants. These include the Plumfire on Silva, the Cactile on Calidor, the Pickle Pod on Glacio, the Stretch Petal on Vesania, and the Honey Pot on Aatrox. We'll talk about each of them in just a second. Then it starts talking about future updates, and we get 2 images that are meant to tease the summer update. We're gonna delve deep into conspiracies about these 2 images, but first let's craft the tapper. Okay, so in order to unlock the tapper you're gonna need 1000 bytes. I'll go ahead and unlock that. And to craft it you will need 1 aluminum. Yes, it is that simple, so let's go ahead and get that. You're gonna have to use the backpack printer in order to craft this. So let's go ahead, but it's really easy to craft because you'll probably want multiple of these. Now it's time to see it in action. This right here is the Plumfire on Silva. You can distinguish it from other trees because it's got green flowers on the bottom here. So let's grab a tapper and we can attach it to the tree, and this will automatically generate organic. If we want to turn it off, we can just toggle it off and on again. So this will infinitely get us organic, but this is the slowest of the bunch. The one on Aatrox is actually the fastest. We'll measure that too in just a second, but you can see how this gives you free organic. So there we go, we've got 1 organic. Now we can manually take this, or we can set up an auto arm contraption here to grab it and automate the whole process. And one other thing you should consider is that you can harvest these plants, and that will grant you seeds which you can then multiply and then plant in your base. So you can see we got 2 seeds from 1 Plumfire. Now we can craft both of these and each will give us 2 more seeds. We can then bring the seeds back to our base and we could have free organic straight into our base by using just a couple auto arms. This will also have applications in getting a ton of power or building other automated farms, but right now let's go ahead and see the next one, which is on Calidor. And here we are. I had to look a little bit for this one, but we finally found the Cactile plant on Calidor. We can go ahead and get organic from this too, and it works exactly the same. You can also harvest them and put them in your base. From what I understand, this has to be a little bit faster than the one on Silva. I'm not sure I can visibly see the difference, but maybe it's just a little bit faster. So this works exactly the same. I will go ahead and take a seed from this too. Now here's the Pickle Pot on Glacio, and I have to say this looks really nice. This might be the nicest one so far, and it works exactly the same like the others. I also forgot to show you that the tapper works on all kinds of plants, so you can go ahead and use it on normal plants. Let's get a seed from this one too. And our next stop is Vesania. Here's the Stretch Petal from Vesania. This was a little bit harder to find than the rest, because it kind of looks extremely similar to the other trees. So let's go ahead and attach a tapper to this one too. You can also harvest these for seeds, so I'll take 1 for our collection. Now it's time to visit the last plant, which is also the most valuable one, and that would be on Aatrox. Here on Aatrox we've got the Honey Pot, and this one produces organic much faster than all the others. You can see the speed right here. And from what I gathered, this took about 8 seconds, so that's almost 4 times faster than the other plants. I'll go ahead and take 1 seed from this too. As I said, you can harvest the seeds and plant them in your base. You can see them growing right here. Once you have them in your base, you can get free organic for any type of automation you need. And these plants are extremely versatile. They can grow on any planet, and it's extremely easy to get a ton of seeds, which means you should be able to get free organic on any planet you've got your base on. And using just a couple auto arms, this should be extremely easy. Alright, now let's talk about the concept art we've got in the Astroneer blog post. First of all, we've got this image of an absolutely huge platform. This has to be like a tier 5 or something like that. This is a huge platform with at least 3 if not 4 large sockets on it, and in the middle we've got an extra large canister, which I've been wanting for a really long time. This is like a real life silo, and I think it would be able to fit at least 2000 materials. That's definitely a tier 4 item. Does this mean we'll only get these 2 items, or does it mean there will be a tier 5 section with a ton more items? Honestly, I hope we get even more platforms and canisters and all of of that stuff. Bigger is always better, right? So I'm really excited to see what other things we can build and expand our bases in Astroneer. Now let's get on to the second image, which is just a sketch, but it seems to show some kind of geothermal reactor, or at least a contraption that would provide power. You can see on the left there those things that spew out hot air, and the image seems to suggest that you place these things on top of them and then they will provide power. I think that's kind of how it works in real life as well, and this should be really interesting to have a different source of power in Astroneer. We haven't had a new one for a really long time, so this will probably work like some sort of an RTG which provides constant power. I can't really imagine this being not constant like the wind or the solar, but who knows, maybe they will add different mechanics for it. We'll have to wait and see. I really hope this comes in the summer update. But speaking of the summer update, we now have the name for it. It will be called the Glitchwalker expansion, and it seems to suggest some new mechanics. They say they are going for a twist on the default Astroneer experience, so they can offer some gameplay challenges that the current game does not support. For me, that seems to indicate new mechanics in the game, which I'm all for. I'm waiting for that. That update is gonna be extremely cool. But right now the Verdant update added a ton of stuff to the game. I can't wait to build some sort of automation using the tappers, so stay tuned because that video is gonna come out next week. If you don't know, we've just started a brand new series on the channel. You've got the playlist right here if you want to watch that, or you can also watch this other video. Whichever one you choose, I'll see you there. Cheers, Astroneers!